Hey guys, Thomas Leroy here. Adjusting. We're still adjusting, and and this is, I do believe, and see, of course, we as long as we've been in it, the it's very difficult for me to go. You know what? And in other words, it's very difficult for me to just again be me with all of that I was and felt, because there was a lot of things that was about my operating system that was it was that it was operational because of unknown information that was assumed, I believe, without any discernment, and it was because of who and how I've always been and what. But we're getting back to that, and I saw someone predicting the exact same thing of we're going to do this, that, and the other, and it'll all be automatic, and it will, because I've been there before. I would like to say that I saw this woman last night, and then another one today, and for there's something about him. I was like, "That's Penelope," and those who know what I mean by that. And or there was nice there, and I was like, well, maybe we are getting a change. Families, like they said, we're going to go with the good family, one that liked us and that we liked, fit in better. And I seem to remember them maybe from the 90s, and thinking that maybe that, because all of a sudden there was this one, and then they're like confirmed as like being who I guess they always have been. And and then there's that other one that used to be around back then, all of a sudden popping up all over the place. Still a beauty after all these years. And that's rare for women. Whenever women age, it's rare for a woman, except in the case of someone like that we're talking about, who just is a beauty anyway. So I was pleased with that. I think, I don't know. What I do know is I'm glad there's a lot less of the "oh, it's going to go on forever and they're coming back" thing, and even though it's been proven that they seem to be just doing that, like it's never changed, and they just changed, whether how open they are about it. But yeah, evil returned the other day, and then yesterday, on the third pass over the home, we were leaving to go down the street, run some errands down to Wally World, and got there to the Wally World, and dropped off the passenger and got out to the parking lot and looked up and saw they had followed us to Wally World and were flying over us there. And I was like, well, okay, if you, I'll go down the road another quarter mile. And then saw that they were following us down to there too. And it was a great laugh. The first pass they went by, yeah, there was a little something we felt, but we prayed against it. And after that, there wasn't anything really. We've felt a whole bunch of stuff over the last several days, I guess. Different stuff that feels sort of like things I would sense that I'd say that's probably that, which is an attack of some sort. But we're changing, we're growing still, and we're getting bigger and bigger. And of course, our enemies, that's the story again. It's all Tommy's victory. Tommy, Thomas, Tom, Tommy, Thomas. Anyway, yeah, that's the story. Our victory, my victory. That's all we got left in the book is the victory, because everybody else has spoken about pretty much everything else in the book. So now it's the victory, and just the victory, and everything's our victory and their defeat, their defeat. Everyone that comes against me, defeated, defeated, defeated. No matter what they do, they can't win. It's defeat, and they lose, and they lose, and they lose, and they lose, and all competitors lose and lose and lose and lose. And they just can't win in any way, shape, or form. No matter what they do, it just falls apart and they lose. And we're the victor and the winner. And we grow and we grow and we get bigger and bigger. And I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, I'm going to turn out probably be exactly what they feared most. I'll be loved by a great many, but extremely feared by all that didn't want me to have my victory. That's all I'm guessing. And I'm thinking, you know, it didn't have to be that way. It didn't have to be that way at all. It's just like all this old Earth family concept stuff. I think about if they had been what they are supposed to be in the role, right? They'd never had any worries. They would have been set, you know? They would have been set right. I mean, it would have been easy for them. They would have been on easy street. But, you know, there are these people that seem to want to take, get their best life now instead of investing in something that could really pay off in the correct way, in a fantastic way, whenever there's love involved and all that stuff. Um, it's amazing. Oh, and I saw somebody today, and I said, there's another version of them. And they were doing the whole demonic thing of, along those same lines of, this thing of you can't love anybody until you learn to love yourself, and they'll have all kinds of ways of approaching that. And it's all about, be selfish, love you. And this one was, they start out with the premise of the first thing you got to understand is nobody cares about you. So, you're so begin with that. And I suppose they want to imply and they want you to infer, and none shall ever care about you. So don't you care about anybody else. You care about you instead. See, the perfect excuse to be selfish and to be self-centered. Because again, even if you were able to have someone to love and they would be worthy of love and have to be a high value or something, how can you really love them if you don't know how to love yourself first? And you don't really love yourself if you love them, because that's their basic plot there is that if you love them and you're pleasing them, you don't really love yourself. Don't you know you're supposed to be making those people balance great and do your bidding, and that's what they seem to be teaching others, and some of these modern women who are really in for a bad awakening at the end of that little road. But again, of course, it's all demonic, it's all satanic, because as it says in the book, in the end times, mankind will be, and I'm not quoting, I'm just paraphrasing, that mankind will become lovers of themselves instead of lovers of God. And if you go along the spiritual path of understanding and you're trying to go up rather than down, and learn about things like love, because you like love and you like to love and blah 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 blah, and you'll find out that in fact the only reason why you can love is because you have love in you. And if it's good love, it's good love. And the only reason why anybody can love is because of God, who said, "Let there be light." This is just my take on things, because light does feel like love. It's, if you get a bunch of light come upon you, you'll feel as though you just received a form of love. And there's other forms of it that's good, and it can just be felt and projected. And to those that like love, that will be felt as something beautiful and healing. But again, you have to have love in you, I believe, to be able to love. And I don't believe that you really are going to have love in you unless you love something of the divine, of heaven, which leads you to loving the God of heaven, the God of light and life, whom has no darkness within him. How much more loving a feeling do you think you could experience than to be in that? And there's no darkness there. It's just all light and life. Can you imagine it? Can you imagine that? So, yeah, it's these weird, strange realizations about I've had spiritual parents before, you know, and I've changed hands. I guess I don't know. Um, that's what. But there was always something funny about whenever I would hear something about people talking about abandonment issues. Well, if you have abandonment issues, I think that's the universe, quote unquote, trying to teach you to be more adaptable, or if you're subscribing to some of the demonic teachings, um, you attracted that. You're you're responsible for that. Uh, just like, you know, if you follow what they say about, nobody cares about you, and no, and of course, and you're supposed to realize that nobody ever has, and that you should just fill up on hate and love yourself. That the end of it is not going to be good. You'll be unhappy. You'll be like, but what, you know. Anyway, guys, yeah, I'm hoping and praying that this continues on as I've been told, promised. There's people that will make promises and they'll even swear things, and some of them you do realize that they do so because they know things, not necessarily because they can do it, but they know about it. And then there's these others that you feel like, well, no, they not only know but can help or actually facilitate. And it's nice to think that I am going to have people I can trust, people that feel natural like this. Uh, so, yeah, God bless you and God love you. Absolutely, for sure. It's going to be a good, great, and glorious day. We're growing, we're rising higher. And yeah, I guess that's what happened yesterday. They got upset or something. But it was like, and a few moments later, after I published that little short video, and it started, I'm going to bomb you with stuff. Which, of course, all it does is say, and you're absolutely 1000% right to just keep going without a second thought about it. After everything that we've done to you, how could you do anything else but say, let's continue up? Let's continue up to our position where we're supposed to be, back in the highlands. Let's continue to grow. I'm going to stick with the guys because, that's what the deal is. I love my blue. I love the sky. I love it. Love the heaven. Love the God of heaven, the God of light and life, without any darkness in him. Just loving. Love my masculinity. I don't like this divine feminine thing. I don't. I think it's dark and evil, and I reject it as Satan, or as part of Satan. That's what I'm. Because it didn't come across as loving. It seemed to hate men. And it's like, well, that's not going to get you anywhere. I mean, it's just, oh, guys, I'm telling you, it's getting better. It's going to get better. It's going to get better. That's for sure. I'm believing in it. I'm believing on God for that. And these, because God, oh my, it is. I'm telling you, it's something to be so far away from everything that you love and adore, everything that you is. But it's getting better, and we're going to make the best of it, I'm sure. And it's all going to get a lot better real soon. Again, God loving, God keeping. Thanks so very much for all that you're doing. We saw somebody out there the other day. I thought, well, maybe that's somebody I need to. The light, and the sun blinded me so bad I couldn't see through their car, and I was like, oh, never mind. But we're looking forward to meeting some of you, and we've been seeing some of you out there. Oh, guys, thanks so very much. I appreciate you. Yeah, this other stuff, we're letting go of that too. I think the chocolate ice cream will be the last thing I let go of, but it's getting there, guys. We're going to do it.